Hi everyone, and welcome to our screencast to demonstrate the Moodle course management system that we are considering and now planning to begin implementation of next year. We wanted to give interested faculty a short tour of it just to give you a sense of what it's like. As spring term goes on, we will offer more demonstrations and live tours of it so that people can get much more comfortable with it before we head into next year. One thing that we'd like to stress is that next year, 2009-2010 academic year, we will be using both Blackboard and Moodle so that people will have plenty of time to make the transition in a comfortable way. So the first thing that I wanted to demonstrate was that you can create a static URL for your Moodle course. So this is my instructor page in the English department, and I've created a link that doesn't just go to the Moodle login page, but it will actually take me right to the demonstration site that we've set up, which is just a copy of my English 207 course that I taught winter term in 2009. So I just click on it. It goes to this login page. So I just log in, and a student would do the same thing. And this is the main screen that you will see when you go to Moodle. Actually, your course may look very different. One of the interesting things about Moodle is that you can set your own theme so that you might have a stainless steel background here. You could change the colors, you might be able to change the sizes, the width, things like that. So the primary section that you and your students will work in is this center column. And you can see that I have it set up. This is the 0 week to give information about the course syllabus, a book that was on reserve. And then I began with week 1, 2, etc. Continued down to week 10. If I go back up, I can turn editing on, and if I want to, I can then click on an eye, as you see here, and now I've made week 1 slightly visible to me, but if I go to the student view, it just shows that it's there, but it's not available. So you can begin to reduce the availability of weeks as you go along. You can either leave them all available or turn them off one by one. This is the student view. You see it's much cleaner than the instructor view, which has a number of links next to each activity that allow you to edit it, move it, hide it individually or not. So let's go back to my normal role. I will now turn editing on. So you see that this is, now I could click on this and if I wanted to, but it's not visible to students because this eye is closed. If you want to see it, you click on the eye. You can see that there are different icons over here for different kinds of things that are posted. This is just a resource. There's two kinds of things you can add. Resources, which are static. So I can insert a label. And you can see up here, this is a label. They don't have to click on anything. This is just an announcement that said that there was a copy of the text available in the library. That's a static label. You can compose a web page, and that's all this is a web page that gives people information. I can insert links in here. If I want to edit it, I just click on Update this resource. I can change the title, and you can see that I've just inserted textual information here, but I can put links in. I can also put in anchors if it's a long document so that people can, you can put in a navigation system so that they could go to different sections of it. And it has all the usual formatting things in here. even has a text editor. Excuse me, an equation editor, which is not something we use in English, but it's great that they are now including that inside of Moodle. While I'm here, I'll show you one of the interesting things about working with Moodle. Most of these things most of each page element has pop-up windows for help that will explain, just give sometimes very brief information, as well as suggestions. And down at the bottom you'll see a little link called Moodle Docs for this page. File or website link, adding a link to a file. So you get lots of contextual help whenever you're in this editing mode. Many of these things that are down here are not ones that you'll need, but you can explore them and see. You have two options. You can just save and display to see how it looks like. Looks good. And then I'll just go back to our page. One of the things that I like a lot about Moodle is that their discussion forums are much cleaner and easier to use. In my class, I have students post their work and then read and respond to each other. So I've posted the assignment up here for a reading assignment. Then they just click on add a new discussion topic, and then they post their work down here. You'll see that some students have posted photos of themselves. Some have, Christina works at Home Depot. She's smiling at us through a toilet seat right here. Hillary has put a picture of her very beautiful dog. And some people have not included a icon. So what I can do is I can easily see who has posted, and I can also see how many replies. This actually was not an assignment that had many replies assigned. I could see who has replied here. So these are quite a bit more interesting and easy for both faculty and students to read. The second kind of thing you can add is an activity. And these are, I rely quite a bit on the forum. That's the discussion forum. One thing you can do is create a glossary of terms and have students be responsible for creating definitions of terms in a class. So you could have individual students or groups work on taking terms that you've studied in a class and then create their own glossary entry. It could have links in it, it could have additional definitions from other sources, it could have definitions in their own words. So this is a very powerful active learning tool where they are providing a glossary entry for their classmates by putting the material into their own words. You can create surveys and choices. Choice is just a one question survey. You can have them create their own surveys. You can create surveys. You can have them create wikis, or you create your own wiki. You can put any course cartridge or quiz in here that will work in Blackboard. I don't use live chat, but you can do that. You have the ability to have them upload a single file or multiple files. I won't review these in depth right now, but you can go to the Moodle site, or if you're on here individually. So for instance, if you want to go to the forum section, you can explore all the options that are available here. You can click on some of the setting and learn what's going on here. You can force students to be subscribed to this. That means that anytime someone is posted, a notice will be sent to them by email. Has a fair amount of flexibility about how you do that. I believe Paul Tannehill will give you a tour of this side where you can modify what are called blocks. You can put in static links, you can put in calendars, you can put in news items. there's this email program that will enable us to send email from within this environment rather than going to our email programs. On this side, it tends to be more administrative. The settings, assigning roles. If you want students to be able to add material but not delete material, you can give them different levels of access. The gradebook is not entirely popular in Moodle. One of the nice things about Moodle is that we can add third-party gradebooks and modify them. So even if you don't like the Moodle gradebook, you can ask Paul Tannehill to install a different gradebook, and one that just is much closer to meeting your needs. Ideally, we will be not importing our own courses. We will have the company that hosts our Moodle site import the courses for us, so you won't need to do that. If you teach more than one course, you can skip to your other courses right here. So in fact, I will go there in just a moment. Some of the other kinds of things, this is a PDF that I've uploaded. You can see that little symbol here. The talking, those are the forums. That's the static web link. This is a PowerPoint that I uploaded. If you want to upload material but not load it on a course-by-course basis, you can upload materials onto one of our LBCC servers, get a static link for it, and then just link to it so that whenever you want to use something, you don't have to load it. It's already on that server. So I'll just go to my real 207 course, and let's click on participants. Now you see all my students there. So let's look for Hillary Ham. So I click on H. There's Hillary. And I have her email address. She created her own profile statement, her own photo. She can have her own blog. I did not have people do that. She can put her own notes in there. This is the feature I was talking about, forum posts. I'm just going to scroll through here real quick, so you can see all the posts that she's written. 8 pages of posts this term, and I can read them all and score them just from looking in here, and it's much easier to read than in Blackboard. So, sorry for all the scrolling. I'll go back to the screencast. So that's my brief demonstration. If you want to send me an email and have me demonstrate something else, I'm happy to do that. You can also begin to explore the screencast version or the demo version on your own by clicking on guest or using the login information that we've provided for you. As they say, rumors go crazy in a void, so if you have questions, concerns, curiosities, please feel free to email me or Paul Tannehill and let us know what you're thinking about. If you want us to try to demonstrate something else, we'll be happy to do that as well. Thank you very much.